Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Sagittarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. All right. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Sagittarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And the Fool as the very first card, this is extraordinary. This is freedom. This is a sign. This is a sign. This is a card that's telling you, start now. Whatever it is that you are thinking about doing, go do it. Right? Throw caution to the wind. Trust in the universe. Do it. You can walk on water. Do it. Right? Oh, Wheel of Fortune. This. Oh, and look at that. We have the kind of Wheel of Fortune, the archetype here, the major arcana, and then we kind of have it represented here in the physical world as an opportunity here. This, and we've got, oh my gosh, this is the Art or Temperance card. This is your power card. This is the card that rules the sign of Sagittarius. This keeps getting better and better. Okay, well now we have a little bit, okay, so there's a little bit of doubt here. So we're not just fully believing in this energy. We've got to think about it. We've got to commit to it. We've got to deal with some of our doubts and second guesses, and we've got the Lover's energy. We've got the 6. Yeah, all the doubts are going to be gone from your mind. 6 and a 6. We've got the Lover's card. This is a very special reading. I'm happy that we've decided to do yet another bonus reading for Sagittarius. We're going to select a mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. I'm very excited about this. One random card. We're going to put Mr. Bates, aka Kevin, right there on top. And as always, we're going to save that card for the very end, right? But it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need, okay? But first, let's take a look around the room again. Major, 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 major. We've got no fire. We've got no water. We've got a little bit of air. And we've got our earth. All right? So we've got all of this major arcana. This is a sign. The spirit is trying to manifest. Right? All the spiritual energy is trying to reach this earth. It's trying to be reflected in creation, right? The only thing that's getting in the way is a little bit of our doubt. But look, we have a 6 of Swords right here. So all this doubt is going to resolve into beauty and harmony. Okay, and that, I think, this might be a very short reading, because I feel like this is the only thing that really we need to talk about. The 7 of Swords. There's something that is whispering in your ear, don't believe it. It's not real. Right? Trying to tell you it's not for you. You can't do this. Don't even think about it. There are some doubts, right? And this is the only thing getting in the way. I think really what your mind needs is just a sign. It needs something that can get rid of these doubts. It's one card among many. Right? So I think it should be very easy for us to pick any one of these signs, and even this Ace of Pentacles, and maybe just even the 6 of Swords. Or the 6 of Pentacles, right? Very easy for us to find confirmation. Any one of these cards is going to be the synchronicity that you need to get over these doubts. These are kind of just minor things, I think. It's just a little bit of worry, little bit of doubt, little bit of other opinions, other parts of yourself, little whispers. Maybe other people in your life that are saying, no, it's not for you. Maybe you should think twice. This is a card that thinks twice, thinks 3 times, thinks 4 times, 5, 6, 7 times. We're resolving this. We're going from a 7 to the 6. Beauty and harmony. This is when your heart and your mind are on the same page. Now, you're still going to take your doubts with you. You're still going to have some skepticism, a healthy dose of it. And that's good. But you're trusting the water, right? I wish this was the Rider-Waite-Smith, because then we would see the boat on the water with the swords in the boat. So we're riding the wave of this. We're going with the feeling. We're following our heart, following our destiny. And we're taking a little bit of our skepticism with us, because that's a good, smart thing to do. But otherwise, our heart and our mind are united. Our beliefs and our values, our thinking and our feeling are harmonized. Welded together, wedded together, right? Michael Scott reference. You are fully committing your heart and your mind. Right? Wedded together with this lover's energy, fully committed to this path. I don't know what you're doing, but I know that you feel it with your entire being. There's just these little doubts that creep in sometimes. Right? Now, the Fool. We've got the Fool energy. This is freedom. Whatever you're doing now really is meant to unleash your creativity. It is something that is allowing you to be you, uninhibited, to be fully and completely you, right? You're being called to this path. There's a need, for some reason, there's a need for a big sign. It's like that, I think I said this for you yesterday, where these little synchronicities might not be enough. These little nudges might not be enough. You need a big sign. You need a billboard, flashing lights, neon sign. That's what each of these cards are. These are all those billboards telling this Fool to get started on this Fool's journey. I think yesterday we might have even had the Fool. We might have even had the Wheel of Fortune for you yesterday too. Both of these cards are expanding. Both of these cards are collecting experience. Both of these cards are in motion, moving cards, right? Now, the Fool expands, doesn't really care what it gets into. For good or for ill, doesn't care, just wants experience. The Wheel of Fortune is similar in that it wants experience, it wants to expand, but it has an objective. It has a sense of guidance. Yeah. And it's also the cosmic wristwatch. Its spirit timepiece says, get a move on. No more delays. No more questions, no more second guesses. It's time to act. It's time to start this adventure, start this journey. Collect as much experience as you can. Now, we even see your Power card, the Art or Temperance card. I think that you're usually a very temperate person, that you're usually not impulsive, and that's why we have this pause right now where it's, I feel this with my entire being. I feel moved, but I still need to explore these, this healthy skepticism, these doubts, right? And that's because you're not just all fire, right? You're a tempered fire. You can, it's like an arrow. You've got one arrow. And you have the ability to shoot that arrow for thousands of yards or meters. But you want to be sure of your aim first. You want to be sure of your target. Right? You're not just doing arrow after arrow after arrow. No, you have one arrow and you're making sure it's going to count. Very wise. You're very wise. And that, I think, is why the little nudges, okay, I feel the nudge, but I want to examine it. Right? I want to see, is that really a nudge, or do I just have a little bit of gas or something? And that's where the air energy comes in. No pun intended, right? That was not my intention. That's why we've got these swords energies. Now, the Fool is air energy as well. But it's the Fool, it's the air that is cleared of doubts. Right? And this is kind of what we want to be, but we'd rather be a 6 of Swords, I think. We want to be the Fool, but the Fool who's got a little bit of common sense. right? Not a complete fool. So, the fool is tempered there, right, with the Wheel of Fortune. Expanding, collecting, there's this innocence, there's this wonder, there's this curiosity, there's this freedom. There's no inhibitions, there's no restraints, no restrictions, except I want to make sure that this is going to enhance and enrich my life and the lives of people around me, my loved ones, right? We have to make sure we're doing the right thing. And the right thing is something that has the potential, or the intention at least, to enhance and enrich your life, right? To improve and increase your experience of life rather than take away from it. And that's what we're certain of. That's why we need this big confirmation. We need a big sign, a big billboard, a big neon flashing, marquee. We need it written in the sky, right? Now, we've got some earth energy. There's a Ace of Pentacles down here. This is the first step on a really big mission for you. And it's a mission that's going to take us all the way to the Six of Pentacles. See, at the very end of the path of the Serpent is the Six of Pentacles. So we're turning this opportunity. This is the first step, and it's the most difficult. We're turning this into some real success. There's a sense of cooperation, a sense of beauty and harmony here in the physical world, right? We said that too. Beauty and harmony in your mind, with your heart and mind on the same page, moving in the same direction. And that direction is one of a real abundant land, a real prosperous paradise here, okay? And this could be a situation that you're moving into that does involve a lot of other people. It could be a business or, some kind of a creative thing or collaboration. I see everybody having an equal voice, everybody having an equal share of the profits, of the rewards, of the responsibilities, okay? And that's the kind of harmony that we want. So this is another kind of confirmation, another sign that says this is going to work out very, very well. Okay. More air energy here with this Knight of Swords here. I wonder if there's a Libra person that's involved here. I wonder if this might be an air sign person generally, or if this is the transition card between the 7 and the 6. If what we need is to take some of these swirling thoughts, these doubts, this skepticism, and put a little fire into it. Just say, all right, I'm taking those swords, but I'm going to go ahead and go forward with this. See, this is the Knight of Swords. It's fire of air. It's air energy still, yes, but it's making a decision. And it's the decision to commit to this thing because, again, we've got that Lover's card. And the Lover's card is you uniting with this purpose. You're committing to this task, committing to this path. Yeah. You're letting your arrow loose. Yeah. Very, very nice. We also have to deal with this Devil card, and this is in the position of what you don't want. You don't want to be, and this I think is also very wise and very healthy. You don't want to be blinded by your ambition to the point where you might single yourself out as the focal point of this. Because remember, we're ending with this kind of harmony, equal share, equal stake, equal responsibility. Well, that Devil card wants everything for themselves. Wants to climb this mountain, but wants to do it solo, right? Well, this isn't a solo thing. It's something that needs connection, needs cooperation. Yeah, you might be the star, you might be the focal point, but we still have to have this idea of everybody being equal. That's why it's a round table, right? There is no head of the table here. Everybody has an equal voice, right? So there's a little bit of a conflict between these two. They're both earth energies, but we want to make sure that we take everything in context, right? Everything has to be in harmony. Everything has to be ecological. Yeah. So this is a very, very good energy too. This is ambitious, right? And there's nothing wrong with ambition. But what we have is this card in a position of the obstacle. And the obstacle, I think, is going to be to temper this, right? We've got to take this art or temperance energy into this devil card, into this position. And I think what you're doing or what you're embarking on is your idea, maybe your creation, your creative will. But you need the other people around too. You've got to make it a bit of a group effort. Even if you are the boss, the owner, the leader, the talent, the creative one, right? Whatever it is. In order to bring this to fruition, right? Because this is the first step. In order to bring this to the fruit of the Six of Pentacles, well, we've got to commit. We've got to suspend our doubts, but still have our skepticism with us. And we've got to tame this wild beast of ego, of ambition, of kind of being too much for self, right? Again, there's nothing wrong with this. This is perhaps some energy that you're used to, being the kind of the solo flyer, right? Being the single arrow. And, I think that it's maybe difficult to be part of a group, right? Especially if this is your idea, this is your passion, this is your will, your destiny, this is your adventure. So I can feel that, I want to do it myself, But the real success, I think, is going to come through the harmony and the cooperation. It's going to be very lucrative. If this is a business, it's going to succeed, right? There's going to be a physical profit from this work. And that seems really, really nice to me. Let's do something with this Seven of Swords, though. Let's do a couple of our inspirational cards, right? So we're going to do botanical inspirations, this kind of oracle style deck that I have, just to see if we can get any kind of message to help us with these doubts, with these second thoughts. Yeah. The Sacred Lotus, enlightenment, no mud, no lotus. Interesting. Interesting. So, no mud, no lotus. That's telling me, perhaps, that some of our doubts are, the doubts are the mud, for one thing. And you'll have to excuse my voice today. My throat's been really bad lately. We need doubts. We need the skepticism. We need a mind to challenge our impulse to just fly forward with all of this other energy. Right? Because that's where this lotus, this is the beautiful flower, right? This is the lotus that's coming out of the mud. And we need the mud. We need the doubts. We need the skepticism to help us sort out what to do, what we think, what we feel, and how to move forward, what decisions to make, what connections to make. See, I like to shake them like we're in an iPhone. To help us move forward, right? So a lot of the time we reject the Seven of Swords, but I like the Sacred Lotus saying, hey, no mud, no lotus. If you don't have these doubts, then we can't have the harmony, right? It wouldn't mean anything. This Six of Swords wouldn't mean anything if it wasn't in the context of the seven. Because now we can see, there's doubts, there's a little bit of confusion, we're questioning things, we're just not sure. Well, then we get a six. Then we stabilize it, we harmonize it. Now it's beautiful. Now everything is in the same direction, right? And then also I think part of the mud is the difficulties. Because I think a lot of what the Seven of Swords is us thinking of all of the things that could go wrong between the Ace and the Six. We've got to get a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5 of Pentacles before we get to the 6. A lot of things could go wrong. There would be a lot of difficulties. Maybe there will be setbacks. Maybe we will literally get stuck in the mud. Well, this inspirational card is telling us that that's all part of the process too. That the reason why this is going to be so good is because it's not just an easy shot. If we can just teleport from here to here, then this wouldn't mean very much. So we need to have the difficulties, right? And there's really not a lot of difficulties here, right? With the Art or Temperance card here in the past, I feel like you've been through difficulties. You know that it's through challenges that we're really able to grow, right? I think that's why this card is back here instead of anywhere else. Because this is where you're coming from. You're coming from a lot of experience, right? You've already got a lot of work, a lot of progress, a lot of achievements under your belt. Yeah. And now it's just time to trust the next step of things, the next phase. Right? This is the sign that you've been looking for. But let's check in with the mystery card. Please excuse my voice, my throat, my clearing my voice. I know that's the worst thing I can do for my vocal cords, but sometimes I can't really help it. Anyway, let's see if we can discern this card. All right, I'm going to switch the camera back. If you want to take a moment, I'm going to have a sip of my vitamin water I'm drinking today. It's orange-flavored vitamins. All right. I don't know, because I don't see that we need anything, you know? Maybe we'll get an Ace of Cups. Maybe a 9 or a 10 of Cups. You know? If you're ever uncertain, just say a 9 of Cups, because that's perfect, right? It's an active card. It would show that what we're doing, the work that we're doing, the process of it is blissful and joyous. Even though there are challenges, we know that we're growing this beautiful lotus, right? So I'm going to say a 9 of Cups. What the heck, right? Might as well. No. It is the Hierophant. Another major arcana card, another sign, right? This is perhaps, this could be a mentor to you, could be a teacher, could be somebody in your life that you really, really admire. That's kind of giving you some wisdom about this situation, right? So this might be, and now I'm inspired to do a quick E-jing reading, because this might be what the E-jing calls, consulting the greater person. Right, consulting the sage, right? Getting some reassurance from that mentor, that teacher. It could be your higher self, right? God, goddess, deity, ancestors. It could be an older family member. It could be literally like a mentor or an expert in the field, somebody that has been there, somebody that is where you want to be, to give you some sort of guidance or just to give you some affirmation. Well, let's do an E-jing real quick. All right, will you stick around for a few minutes? It won't take very long. This is my E-jing oracle deck. This contains the 64 hexagrams, which encapsulate the wisdom of the ancient Chinese sages. And I know this is not the traditional way of casting a hexagram, but I'm going to do it anyway. I don't want to take up all of your time, so we'll just do one and see what it says. It's always right on the nose. Always. Small taming, creating success. Dense clouds without rain come from our western altars. Dense clouds without rain. It's like something's pending, something's looming, something's about to happen, right? We need that impulse to make it rain, right? So there's that hexagram. It says, a time of restraint brings great hope of future growth and success, but it may feel more like frustration and setbacks where things don't quite work yet. You must cultivate the situation and yourself in small ways, caring for the details, developing your readiness and fitness conscientiously. What small thing can I work on today? How can I cultivate a better terrain? Interesting. Now, this may seem at first like it's a conflict between what the rest of the reading was, right? Big flashing neon sign that says, go, do it right now. And then we get the E-jing that says, maybe start small, maybe start with the first step, right? What small thing can you work on today? Maybe we need the first step to be just a small step, right? Maybe this is the big sign that says you must start now, but we can start small. As long as we start, as long as we go, as long as we commit, right? As long as we unite with this path. So it's kind of a time of restraint, and maybe that's part of what we saw here with the devil card, right? The restraint. Not trying to run up the mountain so fast, but let's do things in a slow, measured way. Let's bring our doubts and our skepticism. Let's bring our mud with us, right? And let's start slow. Let's build this thing the right way. It may feel more like frustration and setbacks if things don't quite work yet, right? Cultivate the situation. Cultivate yourself. Very wise. See, the E-jing never fails. I had this idea that we were just going to, just right out of the gate, just start running forward. Maybe that's the caution here. Don't try to run up the hill. Don't try to run up Mount Everest. We need to do things in a slow, measured way so that you can keep up the stamina, right? So that you can strengthen your body every step of the way, right? You can acclimate. That might be what this card is about, acclimating. How can I cultivate a better terrain, right? We know there's going to be mud. We know there's going to be some setbacks, right? But how can we make the trip as smoothly as possible? Another wise bit of wisdom from the E-jing. Very wise message. We're going to do an extended reading as well. And if you would like to stick around for the extended, click up here. That will give you access to all of the extended readings, not just for Sagittarius, but for every sign. Check your other placements. Maybe check your Taurus placement too. Okay, check out the Taurus reading. New readings for Sagittarius are not usually today. This is a bonus reading, and this is for November 12th through 19th. But we will be doing your regular reading on the regular schedule. Check on the YouTube page, the channel page, to get a list of the entire schedule. Okay. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. We're all in this together.